can y'all stop coming on here promoting that women are so much better and so much more educated than men, but then talking about how easily manipulated you guys are and how easily it is for these niggas to get over on you and how easily it is for these niggas to trick you into doing shit that you didn't want to do, or you having kids with this nigga and you had no idea he was this type of guy and blah blah blah. Like those two statements don't match. Y'all can't be so much smarter and so much better, but at the same time, all you bitches are getting fucked over by niggas 24/7. Like, those two statements don't go together. It's either one or the other.
This generation of females, most of them useless, if you understand what I'm saying. A lot of them have nothing to offer, if you understand what I'm saying. A lot of them depending on the cookie to save them, if you understand what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Money, money, money. That's all most of these females nowadays business with. You know what I mean? That's all they want, you know what I mean? You can't really have a real conversation with a girl nowadays and a girlfriend whatsoever. How she talking about she had to get she nails done, she hair done. You know what I mean? She had to go to this new party, this new event. You know what I mean? You can't really talk to her about realistic thing in life, you know, how we could build together, how we could work on certain business, you know what I mean? How we could come up with new plans for the future, you know? Most females nowadays don't want to be with a guy long term, just short term. If you understand what I'm saying, they're pretending so good just to get benefits. I mean, they don't love you for you, they just love you based on what you can provide. You know, that kind of way. They don't really have no real love out there, you know what I mean? Females nowadays not loving you for real, they just love you based on what you can provide. Most of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them, I'm telling you. You know what I mean? A lot of them can't stay with one man. A lot of females in this generation can't stay with one man. They can pretend so good in the face thinking it's you alone, but as I said, other guys there, there are clothes, man, shoes, man, you know what I mean? Nails, man, hair, man, they have men for different things, if you understand what I'm saying. It's a dangerous game, like I always say. This generation of females so useless because most of them all they have to offer is the cookie. They ain't bringing no real value to a man's life, only headache, you know what I mean? Barely peace. Now, there's some decent females out there, but a lot of them just on craziness, you know what I mean? They have nothing to offer, and I'm thinking, we're bringing to the table myself, you know what I mean? They ain't bringing nothing valuable. Cookies, not a value. Anybody, you know, a man could always go and get that, he could always pay money and get that. That's so simple to get. They're really bringing real value, you know what I mean? So fellas, work on yourself, stay high valued, and focus on yourself. Because a woman could love you and still go with a man who have a shit better than you, like I always say. If you understand what I'm saying, it's just crazy out there. This generation of females, like I said, just so messed up, bro.
Women don't care about you. They don't care about your wants. They don't care about your desires. They don't care about your feelings. They care about themselves. Men build, we create. Women use and consume. Remember that. So when you get in a situation or a relationship, she's always thinking about, how can I gain leverage on this guy? How can I use my body to get resources and favors and different things and gifts and all these different things from you, the man? In some shape, form, or fashion, she's always thinking about, what can I get from you? Now, you as the man, you're probably just there having a good time because you genuinely like the girl, right? Let's be honest. There's nothing really special about women. They're not charismatic. They're not confident. They don't really have a personality. Matter of fact, if you actually have a conversation with a random man versus a random woman, you'll see the difference. I'm telling you, check it out. Do it. And these truths, guys, it's disheartening to a lot of you because, let's be honest, most of you genuinely care about women. You want something meaningful. You want something long term. And that's going to be hard for a lot of you to attain because most of these women don't have your best interests at heart. What they want to do is show up, take from you, and when you can't give anymore or when you say no, what's going to happen is they're going to say, you know, this is not going to work out. Or they'll just completely mentally check out while you guys are still together. And when she's mentally checking out, she'll go search for another guy who can do more. This is fact. See, those women in the clips, they're saying, show your tax return, show your bank statement. Just think about that. The entitlement, number one. And number two, the lack of care. The lack of compassion that a woman has for a man. It's non-existent. So understand these things, guys. These truth bombs, it's going to set you free. Now, I don't want you to go out and really hate women or look at them, all these women are don't care about me. Yeah, of course they don't care about you, right? Only time they care is when you're actually doing something for them, and if you can't do anything for them, for the most part, they're out of there. And guys, it's just the fact of life that when you deal with women, they're going to be wanting something from you. They see you as a success object. They see you as the guy who can get them from point A to point B. You are a vehicle to the next destination. You are a means to an end. This is how women view you. And if you can no longer provide or do the things that she wants you to do, she knows she has loads of options. She has the dating apps. She has tons of guys in her comment section, even below average women, even women who are 4 out of 10s. The women who you like, she has more guys and more partners to select and choose from than you. And the type of women that you're going to encounter, for the most part, I'm going to be honest, they're just there to sap you dry. They're there to leech, take, and then after they're done taking and using, what's going to happen is they're going to discard of you. That's because they never really cared. They don't have the mental capacity to care. Because when they see guys, they just see, okay, they're human doing. See, you're not a human being. You don't have the sort of care that a child or even a dog or animal would. This is just how it is. Now, these women that you're going to encounter, even your girlfriend, she knows that, man, if he stops really producing, or if he opens up to me and expresses his feelings and his thoughts, if he says this or does this, she's going to get turned off. Right? So you can't even be an actual human around women. You have to be this macho, masculine man 24/7, 365, and you bet not slip. This is the reality and the intersexual dynamics that go on between men and women. This is how they view us. They view us as Superman. Men who are going to come in and save the day. And if you can't come in and save the day, what's going to happen is they're going to find another guy. And then if he can't, it's going to be another guy. They hoard up men because they think that they deserve the world. Listen to those women. They think they deserve the best. They think that they're beyond reproach. They think that they're queens, that they're on top of the world. And all they have to do is show up. Woo, this is a bit of truth, man. The funny thing is, guys, women want you to actually pay for their time and presence. I'll say that again. They want you to pay for their time and presence. This is why they say, I want you to take me to a nice restaurant. You got to wine and dine me. You got to do all these different things. And in the back of your mind, you're like, okay, but what am I getting out of it? I mean, what's in it for me? What are you bringing to my life? And that's the question women don't want you to ask. They don't want you to ask, so what do you bring to the table? I mean, what am I getting in exchange for this? Because then they're going to be upset. They're going to be mad. They're going to be like, what you mean? You should just respect the woman. You should want to give me this. What do you? They're dumbfounded because they've never had to ask themselves, what should I give a man? How can I make a man happy? What can I do for this man that I'm with or seeing or dating? What can I do to make him feel better? It's always what's in it for me when it comes to women. How can I maneuver and get the best out of life? How can I get stuff out of this man? See, a man's interaction with a woman is genuine. We're not thinking about, okay, how can I use this woman for good? You got some losers who do that. But let's be honest. We don't approach women and say, we approach them in a genuine fashion and say, hey, how's it going? I noticed you over there and I thought you were cute or whatever. Hey, my name is Darius. What's your name? And she's sizing you up. And you have a smile on your face. You probably cut your hair. You shave well. You got on your best outfit. And she's looking at you like, hi. And she's just basically disregarding you. She's picking you apart. Heck, she doesn't even know you. This is the type of mindset that women have. They think that they're goddesses. They think that you as a man are their fan. and she's a celebrity. And she can do absolutely nothing that can change significantly or greatly benefit your life. It's a hard truth and a hard pill to just stomach, man. You know, when I had these thoughts a while back, I was like, wow, how can I, basically deal with women anymore? If I know that they see me this way, if I know that they see me as a worm, or mostly as this, scum, right? And you deal with women in this fashion. You put yourself first. You make sure you're getting everything you want because she's selfish, so you have to be even more selfish. This is what I learned for those bad boys or a-holes, why they're so good with women. You know why they're so good with women? It's because they care about themselves.
Your husband is your partner, not a bank.
Very much agreed. Yet, unfortunately, there are some women out there that hold this opinion.
May our future daughters never find men like you?
Sad, isn't it? Yet, I have a feeling in a few years, a lot of the women that think like this will actually be wondering why they're still single.
All right. Besides, when it is somebody going to leave you, but I know about nobody else. I know about me. Sign number one. They will always tell you about our next man. Oh, a man give them compliments. This man in the DM. Now, Dan, all them things is just for you to ask them how they get the number and all kind of thing to make the argument for them to have a reason to leave. That one sign. The next sign, see anything you say or do, everybody else laughing and them ain't laughing, and them nothing you say, it's amusing. That is the next sign. You understand? Like sign 2. And the sign of all, the one I put on the pinnacle, you see from the time they say at all, the what space, hey, give them the space. Give them the space. They already done have somebody rest down there, and they want to show that person, let them go. Do I ask them, don't call them, don't tell them nothing. You dig?
A female could be in a relationship with you, bro, and still be searching outside, if you understand what I'm saying. So don't get twisted, fellas, thinking this girl in a relationship with you and she gonna love you forever and for a lifetime. No. Not all females just be like this, but a lot of them, you know what I mean? This is where called hypergamy. You know what I mean? Like I said, a female could be in a relationship with you and she could still be searching outside for another guy that suits her, that she comfortable with. Maybe she probably in a relationship with you because you're benefiting her, you know what I mean, and providing for her, but she don't love you. If you understand what I'm saying, like that, she don't really love you like that, she not feeling you like that, you know what I mean, but she only staying because you're providing for it. I have a lot of females like this right now, I'm just being real, you know what I mean. I'm telling you fellas, that have females in relationship and they're still searching for other guys that thinks suits them and you know what I mean, and make them feel comfortable, you know what I mean, and the feeling for. They're still searching for these guys outside, but just really keeping you as an option, and this is the truth. This is no joke.
I'm just gonna say it as it is. Women hate one another, and you all love lies. And that is just the truth. You all love lies. I sitting down and I watching this thing with Savannah Dyer play out. And I say, you know what? There's a good opportunity to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Because I was supposed to say something about it and I just didn't say anything. I'm going to use this opportunity to just clear up that. This thing with Bran and Priya, I remember when that happened, I sat down and I watched women make all kind of videos and they burn out Bran for what he do and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, he deserved every minute of it, eh? But you know what's the funny thing about that whole takeaway? Bran got in trouble for telling the truth. That was the reality, you know. Bran got in trouble for actually telling the truth about what most men does think. The only thing is, he broke the 4th wall like Deadpool. He decided to look into the camera and just tell something that most men would rather just take to their grave. And that is the truth. And that is a large majority of men in society. You see, it's a plenty men on a daily basis just think about honing the girl or the wife on a daily basis. He wasn't lying about that. He's telling the truth. You understand? And they have plenty of them men that want to do it with women in the workspace, women in the office, women they see on the road. At that time, the only difference is they wouldn't come out and tell the girl that. They might even come out and tell the good female friend that because they don't want to go back. But you know who they go talk with? The boys, the partners. You understand? We go be liming in our bar normal. The waitress might come up and the waitress might be looking good and a man go turn and say, watch if that waitress only smile at me the wrong way, I eat she meal. And he wife home or he girl home, and you know he and he partner go do, they go give one another bunks and they go laugh. And if that waitress slip before the night done, he gone and she goes. Right? You might be liming somewhere with your brethren. You know, you seen other girls around, you know your girl home. But here, what you thinking in your head, boy, watch now. Boy, if that girl only come wrong, I go eat her food. That has happened. It's how real men does do it. But here, what is the thing? Bran was stupid enough to come and sit down in front of a camera and actually do it. And he get burned out for it. And because people felt, oh, he disrespect the girl and thing. But guess what? Half all your brands lying down next to all you. Half of them women who probably was, even some of the women who made videos probably complaining. All you have a brand lie down next to all you just say no. The only difference with he go open him out and do what brand do. You understand? And some of you probably are so gullible that after all you see that situation with brand and prayer thing, all you turn and all you watch all your man. Babes, look what this fella do. You go ever do me that? And you know what he go do? He'll lie to all you. Babes, you mad or I love you, girl. Horn you. That don't ever cross my mind. And all you eat up that yum, 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 yum. Tastes so good. But it's the truth. That was the only reality. Brand was guilty for telling the truth. For the truth. And it had a lot of men who capitalized off of the fact that Brand tell the truth. It had men who I know is some real dirtiness out there. And you want to know what's going on with them? Them use Brand video to show the girl and tell the girl, watch out, babes, what this shit this man doing? I could never come wrong you with that. And I know some of them is stinkers. You understand what I'm showing you? But here what? Everybody burn out Brand because Brand tell the truth. And now look what's going on now. We have a situation playing out with Samantha with him and Samantha, Savannah. Right? And I seen in the comments, even on my platform on Facebook, where some women saying it's good for she should have mind she business. And I'm thinking in my head, what? What do you mean it's good for she should have mind she business? Because all you don't have no loyalty. Always want to talk about men and say men this and men that, but women have no loyalty. Or they don't like one another. Majority of the time, the reason why always be back and hating and fighting one another so much is because all they don't like one another. You always want to talk about men hate women. Boy, men don't hate women. Women hate women. You all despise each other. And most of the time, the only reason all they just get along is when it has something for all they to gain. Right? Or they go be friends with one because she have a hair plug. Or they go be friends with her next one because she have a nail plug. Or they go be friends with her next one because she have a weave plug. Or they go be friends with her next one because she have linked to get comes for ticket or fet or some kind of thing. Or they have no loyalty. And the minute the woman go against you, if you see something going on with she, you're quick to run and tell a friend. We're not address it with she, you know. You're always quick to run and pull in some corner to shushu about your friend business. So here it is. I ain't get all the story, but here what I seen, right? Everybody want to throw shade at Savannah for what Savannah do. But nobody is studying the fact here that this man was unfaithful. He was unfaithful. He killed somebody for messing up his relationship. But in order for your relationship to get messed up to begin with, you had to do something to mess it up. He went outside. Whether or not the Mark boss, you angry because the Mark boss, literally. And that's what I'm telling you, there's the same thing happen with the fella in South. When he and the girl they get away and who was unfaithful and who thing. He beat up the girl and then run she down with a can bong. She down on the highway, she dead and gone. He sit down in jail comfortable now. Now this one, he gone mad all of a sudden. He gone cuckoo. Right? So here what? He in sentence. So he getting a break. Why somebody child dead and gone? And whether or not these circumstances is whatever it is, and yes, what if it are any truth to what the stories are, yes, that can make a man act erratic. But I would never condole killing a woman, period. It doesn't matter what they do, it's just not worth it. But here was my take on this whole scenario, and I'm going to say it again. Women love lies and you all hate each other. So here it is, whether or not this girl was a good friend to he girl and she decided to tell the truth, unless she know, well, hey, you know, your man doing this, that, and the other. That's the difference between men and women. You know, a brother go see another man, girl in a thing, and he go come and he go say, hey, dog, look, I see a girl, so, you know, ting. I don't know if she was really on a scene, but I see she did now, boy. So just in case anything, you know what up. That's how fellas does operate. We go look out for one another. We go say, hey, bro, that girl is yours, boy? Yeah, that girl is mine. You sure, boy? You go watch now. I see him, so. But not women. All they don't do that. You know all they go do? All they go run and tell somebody else to make a bacchanal and a gossip. That is all they go do. Right? And in the rare case where one of all you choose to be a friend, some of all your women so naive that a woman will come and tell all the hey, girl, you know, I seen your man doing X, Y, Z, and you know some of all they go think? All your friend trying to mash up all your relationship, she go all your man, or here was he seeing she lying, your man would never do that, and he coming up and he hitting you, a brand. babes, use my one and only girl. I don't think about cheating on you ever. And you're like, oh my God, you're so dreamy. Yum, 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 yum. And you eat up the shit. You eat up the shit. So at the end of the day, for all the women who want to say that this girl deserve it and she should have mind she business, as far as I'm concerned, if the young lady chose to be a friend and let the girl know, hey, this is what going on with your man, that's looking out for a sister. And maybe if you all women would come together and do that more, instead of always hating on one another and quick to pull on and drag one another when all they get the opportunity, or they not so much issues. The real problem with all the women is not men. The real problem is all here. And that is all I had to say about this. The problem is all here. And will continue to be you all, because at the end of the day, most of you all don't like one another. And that is the truth. You always hide behind plastic, smile, and pretend. And that is just my take on this. I out.
Go to TikTok. So I want to address some things here. My grandmother used to always tell me, you see when you're with a man, you meet a man, and the man like you and thing, and he claim to say he like you and thing, never tell him your past. Because any time you tell me your past, when you and he get together, and all you have all your understanding and all you fall out, you throw him back all the past in your face. Right. Number 2, a man will do a woman all kind of thing. He will horn she. He'll cry and say how is the devil. He'll cry and say he's sorry, he wouldn't do it again. And he'll come and he horn you again. And then you go say he's the devil again. Right? But from the time you see that woman get fed up and that woman give him a horn back, he want to drink poison, he want to kill she whole family, he telling she's a dog, she's a hoe, all kind of thing. And next thing too, he gonna tell you, girl, makeup is not for you. Don't put on no makeup. I like it natural. I don't want a woman but no way no makeup. But you know what? Guess what? He have a horn out. He have a side chick on the outside when false hair, makeup, lipstick, understand, even nails, even the shortest clothes. But you as your wife or the common law wife, and you wearing them thing, they have a problem with it. Understand? Oh, this, that, the other. Understand? They quick to throw baggy pass in your face, and they like to throw baggy pass in your face to go and do the stinkness and the nastiness out here. So every time they throw the pass, your pass in your face, you go feel guilty. But not me. No man is not going to make me get old before my time. The same old people, I hear people saying this. What a man can do, a woman can do. That is not in my book now. Whatever a man could do, a woman could do. Because if you could talk to Tom, Dick, and Harry, talk to all kind of women, understand? Go in hotel and have your way with them and thing. A woman could do the same thing. Understand? So you must do a woman all kind of thing. Play your games. Talk to all kind of woman. Understand? And the quick to ball, they're going out with a friend. Understand? And the friend they're going out with is with a woman. Understand? To all them side chick outside here, congratulations to you all. Because the same thing you all doing, a woman who married, and you all know she married, and have she husband, and you all know the man married, and you're going outside, or you're going out with the married man. Understand? On the long run, it's all you to catch, because at the end of the day, the same thing you all do that woman, is the same thing will happen to you all, even worse. Understand? Even worse. Yeah, next thing too, they say now how they don't have time, they're tired, they be real tired. Understand? They be real tired. They ain't making time for you. It's not because of the tired. You're calling the phone, then answering the phone. For hours you're calling the phone. And when they feed to answer, when they do answer, is that mean they don't do what they had to do with the side chick? And after they're calling to tell you how, girl, I was sleeping, I was tired, you feel I so and so with you, you feel that because you do this, I go do it. To me, If you can't make time for me and I'm making time for somebody else, I feel I can let somebody make time for me. Understand? Man is very wicked. Most married men ain't telling woman they're married. Understand? They ain't telling woman they're married. Some of them don't even know they have a child or they have children. Understand? But what goes around comes around. And while they say, what goes around comes around, next thing, they don't want you to go no way. They want you to pack up in the house. You know why they want to pack up in the house? Because they don't want you to see the nastiness they're doing on the outside. They don't want you to see the nastiness they're doing on the outside. Understand? But God have a way that He just reveal every single thing. So all who want to have side chick and side man, that is them. But at the end of the day, you treating your wife all how, and you're treating your common law wife all how. You have a man out there will see she and like she for who she is. Understand? And you all man, or you can say with all your side chick. And let me see how nice his side chick will treat all you. Understand? Our relationship will start off nice. They ain't have money to spend on you. The others balling. They ain't have money to spend on you. Understand? They don't have money to spend on you. But they could go and buy a tablet and all kind of thing to go to drink, to get stand, to go and fuck with a side chick. Understand? But God know our heart. Yeah. That's what they're telling you. They're tired. After they done cut the life for the side chick, they come to tell you that they're tired. They're tired. You don't know how the work is and thing. You're tired for your common law wife, and you're tired for your married wife. But you ain't tired to go and I'm with your friends. Understand? You're tired to travel long distance, drive long distance to meet your wife or your common law wife. Understand? But you ain't tired to travel long distance to go with your side chick and your side chick. Understand? But God have a way. He just turn around things. Yeah, God have a way, he just turn around things. Understand? God have a way, he just turn around things. So all these married men out here and common law husband out here who feel that, they're doing the wife something or they're doing the common wife something, they're doing the self. Understand? Because in the long run, I want to see if something happened to you. Understand? Let me see how much this side chick will run, because she leaving you right there and go and get somebody who better than you. Understand? Go and get somebody who is married and who could in fact who she love. Understand? So you go ahead. They never have money to do this. They never have money to do that. The car all shut down. Is all kind of thing. They was tired. I set a cock and bull story they like to give you. Understand? But they could talk on the phone hours with his side chick. They even bringing them home in the maternal home. Understand? They even bringing them on the bed. Understand? And when they're talking to you, they put in the phone in a way that you'll see up in the ceiling, but you wouldn't see inside by them because you know exactly what it is doing. Understand? But God bless all your husbands. Understand? But all you telling all your friend outside what it is all you doing. In fact, I even tell all your friend that because all your friend doing the same thing as what all it is all you doing. Understand? So they wouldn't squeal on all you. Understand? They wouldn't tell people the way they used to treat you and the way the in-laws used to treat you. Understand? The parents used to treat you like a dog. They wouldn't tell people that. They want to paint them picture good. But I, as an African woman and as a wife and a son, I'm not going to hide. I's not going to hide for nobody. Understand? So that's how some of them married men do it, and some of them common law husbands do it, and thing. They're always tired. Don't put makeup on your face. You don't look good with makeup. Don't put on false nails. And don't wear nothing short. But the side chick wearing the eyelashes, makeup, and she fucking lip red like somebody coughed in she mouth and she mouth get bust. But you know, they don't want you to wear them thing. Understand? They could go in drugstore and buy tablet and go in double palm. All that woman just had to go through. And then man quick to throw thing in woman's face. Oh, this, that, yeah, that. Understand? But when I was fin down the place and you're crying your count out, understand? They won't come that it's the devil, and the devil, and the devil. But God sees and God knows everything, and God knows every wife heart out here and common no wife heart out here.
I have an observation, and I'm certain that my opinion is not going to be very popular amongst some, but here it is nonetheless. But women in the Western world are certainly not oppressed, and they're absolutely not as downtrodden as they would like some to believe that they are. Because if that were indeed the case, would there be so many women out there being able to say so openly in public and on social media nonetheless that they wish that men would just disappear, that they think all men are guilty of the same things, and that all men should be believed guilty until proven innocent? Absolutely not. They have no idea what oppression actually looks like, and they have no idea how privileged they are. And in fact, I would actually say that women in the Western world are in fact, in most cases, more privileged than most men, because a lot of men, most of them, in fact, could never get away with saying even half of the things that some of these so-called New Age feminists are getting away with saying by any stretch of the imagination. So some of you women need to really understand how very privileged you are and take that into account the next time that you say that you're oppressed.
One of the hardest things to do is to be a man, boy. If a man sick, you get up and go to work. If a man depressed, you get up and go to work. If a man down, you get up and go to work. You see the difference between a man and a woman in support system, boy? A man don't have the support like a female have, boy. If a female say she depressed and down and she post something, you know, plenty females go reach out to she friends, family, to make sure she good and let you know, we have your back. A man go feel shame to poor be depressed. A man go feel shame to tell her next partner, boy, he says, I know myself, boy, I really just fed up, boy. But it's easy being a man. Sometimes you see a man smiling and deep inside, boy, crying, there's plenty problems. To be a man, you have to have a real strength, boy.
You know what is the most dangerous types of relationships to be in? A relationship where someone does not love you or care about you. A relationship where you have to always prove your worth and seek approval from that partner. If something was to really happen to you, that person is going to abandon you. And nurses have seen this for a number of times, umpteen times in the hospital, where a husband leaves a wife because she's sick, or a wife leaves her husband because he's sick. And these are people who don't love you, who do not care about you, who do not appreciate you and the value that you bring to the relationship. When you are at your lowest, if you are with a partner who does not love you, you are going to be low by yourself. You are going to feel neglected by this partner because you're not in a loving relationship. There's a reason why your relationship's supposed to be loving. It is a form of security, is a form of safeguard and safety for you. When you are in a relationship that lacks love, you are unsafe. That person could cheat on you, could abandon you, can leave you, and can mistreat you. And also, when you need them the most, they are not going to be there. They won't care about your birthdays. They won't care about you. They won't care about your health issues or nothing. Right? So be with people who love you and appreciate you. But it also starts with you loving yourself and appreciating yourself. Because when you stick around and you put yourself in a position with someone who doesn't love you, you are putting yourself in a risky position. And you see it time and time again, where persons actually lost their lives being in these types of relationships. that is not where you want.
You know, as children growing up, they never really used to study looks. I always used to think he's a alright looking fella. But in primary school, they used to have a thing now, from who is the nicest in the class to the ugliest. And I always used to turn up the second to last. So I the second to last ugliest in the class. But anyway, I young, never really used to study that. So here is where now I started to pay attention to looks. Year 1999, we're in Malik Secondary. Had this girl I used to walk home with in the evening time. Nice young girl, eh? So alright, weeks passing, small talking, going home. Alright. So I say, boy, let me make a move. So boom now, I ask the girl, well, you know, let we deal. The girl watch me dead in my face and tell me I too ugly. Well, boy, that evening, I gone home. I went straight in front of the mirror and I started watching my face. So I say, I really that ugly, boy? That girl watch me dead in my face and say I ugly, you know. My mother is always tell me I handsome. Somebody lying. I say, Lord, I don't know how you're doing it, but you have to fix that, you know. That girl watch me dead in my face and say I ugly. Well, that haunt me for weeks. And the girl in all that, she had two big eyes. She had a nice little shape and thing, but she no best. And watch me in my face and call me ugly. Well, boy, God hear my prayers. And he didn't make me grow out my ugliness, you know. He do something even more amazing, you know what he do? He let nice woman start to like ugly man. And if you really do the check back, do the maths, from the year 1999, that is when you see ugly man in style. And nice man was out of season ever since. So every ugly man will have a nice girl. All they win me, boy. All they have money for me. So you see that ugly man prayers. I said it that year. All the ugly man in the game. We had nice girl crying and all kind of thing, taking nice man girl and all kind of thing. People as often see me and watch my wife and say, boy, how you manage to pull that sweet girl, boy? Or they say, just Jah works, don't study it. Sometimes my wife I see my wife watching me, so I don't know what they be thinking in my mind, boy. Like she asking herself, but how she end up with me, boy? I just tell she, don't study it, you done in it already, right? You breathe for me, all kind of thing, you done in it. So just play along, don't study it. People has watched my son and say they ain't see no resemblance. I don't know what's wrong with people sometimes, you know. Here now. Studies show that if people learn to mind the business, it could increase the lifespan by 10 years, you know. But people rather dead young, dead before time, because they wouldn't learn to mind the business. It's proven ugly man is make nice children. I don't know on the woman's side. But you see ugly man, they make nice children. So from the year 1999, ugly man in style. So ladies, if all ain't have an ugly man, all ain't saying nothing. You're running the scene ever since.
I don't mean to be the person to say this, but I think I have to say this. And I need you to listen up, right? Listen up. People are evil out here. There's no other way to describe it. People will hurt you. They will harm you. And you need to be very careful with the people you surround yourself with, the people you trust. Do not underestimate the lengths somebody will go to destroy you. Do not give people the benefit of the doubt. Don't say they won't do that because I won't do that, so I can't see myself doing that to them. They're going to do that same thing you can't see yourself doing. And this is why you need to be very careful, and you need to have boundaries. You need to have standards. You need to protect yourself, because nobody's going to protect you. And you need to protect yourself from people's ill intent, people's negativity, The way someone thinks about you is a certain type of behavior that they are going to display based on how they think about you. And this could be jealousy, and it could look like a friend smiling with you, complimenting you, but in the back of their minds, they don't necessarily appreciate all of you. And I'm not saying this for you to look at everyone in a negative light, but do not believe that someone won't do you that. Don't think, oh, nah, he won't do that, or no, she won't do that. Yes, I am here to say yes. That which you think they won't do is exactly what they are going to do, and worse. So always have your guards up. Always know your place in a person's life, your role in their lives. Don't overplay your role, and stand firm within it.
Being like shaven down there, like looking like youthful. Like, what do you think about that?
I think it is a little weird that everything is so centered on being as young as possible. It's like, it's kind of creepy, you know? It is creepy.
So creepy.
But
it's like, why? Why are they doing that?
Like, who's at the top deciding what is going to be the next big thing? You know, like, who's at the top deciding, like, okay, like, let's make a genre of porn where we're going to call it Barely Legal and have all these young girls with pigtails and braces. Come on. You know, it's like, it's like weird.
They're going through puberty and like a grown man is just like all up on them.
It's disgusting. It's like, ugh, I don't know. What is that? And why do so many people get off to that? Like, what does that say about people's psyche? Like, why is that a turn on for so many people? It's like, I feel like we've all been gradually been groomed by pop culture to have our sexuality like
morphed,
be in this direction. Yeah, I mean, like when you I mean, honestly, think about pop culture these days. Like, think about the most popular, I mean, we're of a different generation, but like when I was growing up, I remember Britney Spears and like NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys and everything, these like young, good-looking people doing these kind of sexual dances on their music videos and everything. And like, how much does all of that stuff really desensitize us and cause us to find that stuff attractive, you know?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I feel like they have sex a lot in the movies and in videos, and sometimes like subliminally. Even like I heard like with Disney, like they would put like subliminal messages of penis or sex.
I've heard that too. I've seen some of that stuff, and that's like, really creepy. Yeah, I mean, honestly, even in like cartoons, do you remember? No, you don't remember this because you're, like I said, we're a different generation. But
I think I know it cartoon. But there was like one where they were like, I don't know. There's so many perverted cartoons. But which one did you see?
I was thinking of Ren and Stimpy.
Yes, I've seen that one with the saw.
I don't remember
anymore. It looked like they were, but I don't know. But you describe what you saw.
Well, I just remember Ren and Stimpy like scenes, where they would like mimic anal sex.
Yes, I seen that one.
And like there were so many of them, and I remember growing up just like, I don't even know what I must have been thinking growing up watching that kind of stuff. But like, yeah, so many of the cartoons are so messed up. Even like the Betty Boop cartoons, you know, where like she, well, you know, like she's wearing like a long coat, then she takes it off, and it's like this like you know, really skimpy outfit, and like the man boobs turns into a wolf and is like, you know, like howling after her. It's like there's so much that gets like put into our heads from all that kind of stuff.
Subconsciously.
Yeah, and I feel like I feel like you can tell a lot about culture when you watch what type of porn is most popular these days, you know?
What's trending
these days. And because whatever's happening with your sex life is going to be manifesting on like a physical level, you know? And so I think that watching all this messed up porn, what is that manifesting in the world, you know?
So many wrong things too. So many bad things. Ugh.
Abomination to our society. When you is a big, nasty, stinking, dirty man, right? With wats and all kind of thing. Force yourself on a little girl. They're supposed to take you. And boy, they have ways how they just deal with all you. So you're not supposed to come up here and tell, but that girl selling for $300 and you fuck your daughter. But you should poison him when he get old. He mother cunt, he was never supposed to do that. You should poison him when he get old. And if you still have your father fucking you up, here's a nastiness. When you reach in the school or reach in the place that I identify you as a nasty fucking girl, or because once you reach to that age and your father still fucking you, you stink. But then, if you was a little girl and your friend come and tell you, from naturally generation and the father interfering them, go to the police, that is statutory rape. You have to ready in there so and castrate fucking he. So you as a feminine woman or a feminist woman on this island, you skin up your cunt and make children for a fucking man. Blood, your asshole stretch up, your cunt stretch up, your breast stretch up, and that is your little child. He do that, and then he come in and tell you that he's supposed to fuck your daughter. Hey, you have to throw a toilet in here and throw it all in the fucking ears. How the fuck you can tell me you was supposed when I sit down by a mother cunt bar where you ain't but everything and tell me that why I stop going in them place and them because you meet them people and them and then you just go in a rage and start to tell you because he want to justify how you're supposed to fuck your daughter. Boy, you're not even supposed to see the nakedness of your fucking child beyond a certain time. You're stinking dirty mother cunt if they're not telling you that in the church, them mother cunt, that is forbidden, even law. So how the fuck you could come here as some man and think that here we're going you're supposed to fuck your daughter? Hey, you stinking dirty mother cunt from the English language, from the soul, that document, that's in a fucking book. You dirty mother cunt. I don't give a fuck. I have a child, your mother cunt. That is why I don't fuck and make no fears with she. Because somebody don't dig out she cunt, dig out she fucking bamsy. And he goes sit down there in the society and tell me that is how it's supposed to be. Hey boy, your mother cunt down in your prostate, your fucking bladder from the English language is 10 years of talking. So if I ain't come up here today, go on straight down. When my daughter coming up is on the same medium attention. Your daddy is not supposed to see your nakedness from small, go in the bathroom by yourself. By all he and she stinking dirty mother cunt. And they should get cancer all part of their fucking inside for promoting them thing. God radio with fucking plagues from mother cunt Moses. When I live from the mouth of fucking Moses, when he was back in fucking Egypt. But you come here, you get rid of the golden calf. All you're praising is gold, cars. But take care the vengeance and the Lord and come down on all this stinking mother cunt in Trinidad here. When I play like he follow can't understand. Cancer was recognized all the way back in fucking Egypt. Why you think in the Philippines it has so much fucking woman without man? All of them turn fucking lady boys and somebody dig out their bamsi and fucking kill them. But you're bringing that on the mother cunt island here. If you want to do that, your business, right? But you can't pass that for natural. You're mad. You feel pain all part of your system when you're going down the road because you hook up to the fucking English language. Your mother cunt. Even if you come from India and you think you have the right for little girls, hey, your mother cunt. Down in your fucking prostate. Supposed to rotten your mother cunt. Them children come and we supposed to face them from in America and in England and tell them, boy, your mother cunt fall down and dead. I don't need to come there. It's the same English language and the frequency. If we talk in the international language with our international music code, boy, tell you, holy mother cunt and get all the sickness that all them artists and them entertainers getting and dead. But don't bring that on the fucking island here. When the sun is shine, when the picture is on the island. Don't bring it on the island here. Because we're not interested in that. We stand up and face the fucking bowling and tell them all them mother cunt. And that's how you reach, right? And don't interfere with your children. So then you will teach the young children. He's a old fucking sodomite. Holy mother cunt. Because you go finger your children. Fuck your children and pass that fucking spirit in them. And that is the only way. House of Commons. Incest is not something that is good. I live in Newtown. Holy mother cunt.
Well, well, well. It's Wednesday, and I have something I need to say. Particularly to those people who say so proudly, I voted for this. If you have the cojones to stay around for this video and listen to what I have to say, because you voted for this, remember? And you're proud you voted for this. I'll give you a little backstory on me so you can understand better where I am coming from while I'm speaking to you today. I came from a family that was very poor, generational poverty. I had a mother who had a mental illness, And we didn't have health insurance. And back then, in the late 80s, early 90s, there wasn't access to mental health care like there is today. And there's not really good access to mental health care today. We can all agree on that, right? Growing up in my home with an abusive parent who was mentally ill, I had PTSD from that, from the abuse of living with somebody who was mentally unstable. But still, somehow I managed to be a straight A student in school. I was on a fast track to not just make it through high school and graduate with honors, but have scholarships lined up for me to change the curse of generational poverty in my family. I wanted to go into law, to fight for abused children, to fight for people who were struggling under a system that was not built for them. One night, my mother had an episode, an extremely violent episode. When she would have these episodes, the safest thing for me to do would be to leave the home. I had a friend that lived about 4 miles away from me, and I would always walk to that house and stay the night until my mother had calmed down, got some sleep, and back in her right mind again. This particular night, she was very violent. I left out of the home, and it was raining. It was raining so hard. It was like the heavens had opened up to release a flood. And I was walking. The car pulled up to offer me a ride. This had happened many times before. I never got in the car with anybody, but it was pouring down rain. It was pouring down rain. These two individuals were well-dressed. They looked well-to-do. They explained to me that they were part of a church. They ran a youth group. Their children, they had children of their own, they said, that were currently off traveling around the globe to help other unfortunate children. You know, missionary work. They said that they would give me a hot meal, call my mother, call my friend's mother, make sure I had a place to stay for the night that was safe. I got in the car. That was the last thing I remembered until I woke up chained up in a basement. We still to this day don't know how long I was in that basement before I got free. We still to this day don't know how I got free. I don't remember. My mind broke so severely that I didn't know who I was when people found me naked and bleeding and bloody on the side of the road. I couldn't even remember my own name or where I came from. But I escaped a child sex trafficking ring. To this day, I still don't know how. I guess because I was lucky. I spent the next year in and out of mental institutions and child detention centers. My future was gone. I couldn't focus in school anymore. I could barely read a paragraph and remember it. My future was over. So when I tell you, I know exactly what these children that are being kidnapped by our government are about to go through, I know. You say this is what you voted for, but what you think you voted for, what you're so proud to say you voted for is this. This is who you expected ICE to get off the streets. This is who you expected ICE to get off the streets. This is who they told you they were taking off the streets. But this is what's really happening. This is what's really going to happen to the children that they've taken off the streets. The children that they went into schools to get. You know, these hardened criminals ICE admits itself it has picked up over 500 children. That's something that they admit themselves. Now they've taken upon themselves to go into foster care and remove undocumented children. Where do you think these children are going to go? Where do you think children with no family and no home are going to end up when we deport them to God knows where? When we rip them out of a foster home, where do you think they're going? They're going to end up in the back of trucks, being shipped here, there, and everywhere. You are effectively saying with your full chest, with so much pride, that you are voting to put children into slavery. The thing of nightmares, the kind of nightmares I had all night last night, the kind of nightmares I have every other night, the kind of nightmares that ruined my life, the kind of nightmares you couldn't even fathom. But you don't care about that. Because in your mind, the lie that they sold to you, they rounded up a bunch of men that had tattoos on them, paraded them in front of cameras, shaved their heads and put them behind bars, and you just ate it up and believed it because that's what you voted for. And a lot of you claim to be Christians, and you say you sleep fine at night because you are doing what is right. So when you go to your church and you get under your steeple and you fall to your knees to pray for the safety of children today, just know the best prayer, the best and the only prayer you can say at this point is to pray for a swift death for these children. That's what you're praying for now. A swift death. That's the only thing left to save them at this point is a swift death. They will effectively be sold into child slavery. But this is what you voted for. So you remember tonight, with all your pride, when you lay your head in your bed, you make sure to pray for those babies' swift death today. Because to survive the future that you have effectively sent them to is so much worse than death. There's no way to twist this to fit some narrative that makes you feel better. You can digest all the propaganda you want to, but this is the truth. This is the truth. Shame on you is not enough of a word to express how with my whole fucking chest I hope you reap every fucking thing you have sown. I hope you never have a peaceful night of sleep again in your life. And one day when your children are grown, we will make it known just what you did. Just what you did!
The night that I got SA'd by my father, we went to go get a few cans of drinks at this store that we usually love going to. And we drove all the way to Lakeshore Park. Mind you, at that time it was around 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And he told me to turn off my phone while we were driving there. We were obviously speaking about personal matters, and he didn't want the phones to be listening. I thought it was no big deal, considering I did know that the phones were listening. And the topic was as personal as it can be for me to not disclose that part because at the end of the day, it's not my matter to discuss. We were at the park at night, around 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. And when we got there, we took a walk. There was barely anybody there. And I seen a few people, but it was not enough to make a difference. We took a walk near this tree. It was broken. This broken tree. I remember it so fondly because it was right in front of my favorite tree that I disclosed earlier. We sat on the broken tree, actually. And he pulled me towards him. Kind of like how I'm sitting on this tree right now. He was basically leaned against it. And he pulled me towards him, where I'm facing in front of him. My hair is behind me. Basically how I'm facing the wall right now. That's exactly how it was, with him behind me. And he kind of touched my waist. So much so to the point where I could feel his groin. Like I could feel his private area on me. I could feel it on me. At the time, it was just, I didn't know what to make of it. I'm still trying to make something of it because I'm still trying to justify it in a sense. And when I tell you, I didn't say anything, I didn't do anything. And these scenarios, I don't do anything because I don't know. In times where you walk the street and you realize there's a car right in front of you trying to cross and you freeze, that's how I felt in that moment. And I'm still trying to make sense of it. After what felt like 2 minutes, he pulled me off of him. We started walking down to this beach. Mind you, the park had like a beach right next to it. I sat down near the beach. He basically peed right next to the grass. I'm just gonna say it. Like right around the area of where we sat down. So I sat down, he sat down right behind me. And as I was listening to the waves, he started touching me. And by that, I mean touching my waist, telling me how small my waist is and how he could just pick me up at any time, any moment. Then he started touching me at my private area. He started touching my private area through my pants. At the time, I wore leggings. And when he started touching me, my only thought was, what the fuck is going on? My whole body froze. He knew that. And as my body froze, he took that as a sign of approval, I guess. And he went inside my pants and started touching me, feeling my private area, telling me how tight I was, actually feeling me. I was so confused. I was so lost in the moment. Even now, it may sound unbelievable because that's what happens to a lot of victims. They sound so unbelievable to the point where it's like, who's gonna believe you? Like, who's gonna believe you? There's no proof, there's no evidence. And I don't want to feel like a victim anymore. Even though he's still trying to play it off as though it never happened. And that should never be okay. Like, you should never feel like the person that's supposed to love you the most is gonna hurt you or has hurt you. That is never okay, and I never want to support that, and I never want that to happen to nobody. And the fact that that happened to me is just so unreal. And I'm still trying to make sense of it because I honestly can't believe that in this scenario, I'm the victim. Like, I'm a victim. And I'm not trying to downplay it. I'm only trying to get justice for me. Because at the end of the day, all I want is to live with myself. That's all I want, to live with myself. That same night that happened to me, I had to literally convince him to take me back home because he wanted it to go further. We walked to the car and he pulled off in a more secluded area and he sat in the passenger seat and he pulled me onto his lap. And he wanted it to go further. And thank God I said something. Even though my body, everything was just paralyzed within me. But I said something. And I think that's just what like kind of throws me off a bit, because in that moment I should have said more. I should have told somebody in that moment. And I didn't. And therefore I'm reaching out and I'm trying to gain a sense of thought. Hopefully awareness. Because nobody should have to go through this. Nobody should have to feel like this. The fact that I feel like I can't live with myself is crazy because it happened to me. Like, it happened to me. So why do I feel like I can't live with myself? Why can my prosecutor sleep? Why can they eat? When I'm the one that can't sleep, can't eat. I can't even go outside because I have fucking trauma. And I should never feel like this. I should never feel like the only person. My own father has made me feel like this. I want justice. I want justice. And I want what happened to me to not happen to nobody. The reason why I'm speaking out is because I know there's so many more people who have not spoken about this. And I want it to be their encouragement and I want it to be their strength. Because at the end of the day, your voice is all that matters. And you have the power. You do. Please don't ever let nobody take it away from me.
Plus two, all they get and all they does deserve all they get in two, you know. Because it can't men just really like all they know, they like them fucking asshole and them all they feel they are on top of everything, but and they always end up in all the problems, boy. It's a men who like all they know, they like them fucking caca and all these little things, all the face cuff out and all the horn on the big head, you know. Call they are not shipping. The nice boy you like, he look how long he acts to cry out. You're closing on him. So this baby, I'm T. Bye, busy, bye. I watch my little sister. Bye, I think I'm going to say my mother. The asshole who are nothing, he called you. Well, I also. Yeah, you're great. Oh, God. Yeah, you can't get wet. You have a fucking inside, get your water to fucking drink. You have a child, your child didn't get a snack. Yeah, your mother can. I get when you get have a child. I mean, send a case of juice or so. Oh, God. But all of this, but you still in fucking all that. I know by the day I get up and feel fine.
Y'all don't even realize the plan was never random. The goal was always to destroy the black man. Always. Just look around. Our men are getting killed in the streets, locked up in prisons, pushed to destroy themselves, or convinced to live a lifestyle that strips away their masculinity. That's not an accident. That's by design. You can even go back to the Bible and you'll see that Herod gave a clear command. If it's a boy, kill it. But if it's a girl, you can let her live. Why? Because the women were never threats. The men were. The men are the protectors, the leaders, the ones with the ability to fight back. And history repeats itself. The enemy knows that if you take out the man, you destabilize the household. You destabilize the whole nation. That's why all the attacks are aimed at him. Because if you destroy the man, you destroy the future.
Continues to amaze me the length some women would go through for money. for fame, for a little gold chain, just to ride around in a nice, pretty ride. One man have women, countless women, young women, attractive women, some women who seem to be intelligent, disrespecting themselves, belittling themselves over and over and over again. Even with forewarning of him doing it to other ladies, it's still not a deterrent to keep some women their integrity intact. Some women just seem to have no self-respect whatsoever, just for the glamour, just for the fame, just for the spotlight. That is where we reach to. Young, attractive women belittling themselves. For a man with a little gold chain, maybe a little money, a nice ride. Shameful.
They lied to us. They told us that the only provision a black man can give is money, and we ate it up. They trained us to make finance the primary focus of our relationship with him. They taught us that if he's not giving you money, don't even let him be a father to his child. If he's not giving you money, he has no say-so. He can't tell you nothing. If he's not giving you money, he can't make the rules in the house, because who's ever making the money makes the rules. They reduced the black man's value to his wallet, and we went along with it. And now we can't even see the priceless value that he brings that has nothing to do with the paycheck. Because a real man brings more than just money. He brings direction. He brings guidance. He brings leadership. He brings protection. But if all you're looking for is cash, you'll miss all of that. Some of y'all would rather have a rich man who's useless in every other area than a man that could actually lead you and build with you. And that's why our homes are broken.
Good night, everybody. How is everybody going? Oh, let's see this. Sometimes I just wonder about our country. I just really, really wonder about our country. There are many people, men especially, that call themselves spiritualists, that prey and feed on women and children. This is the case of a child that was told she has a demon and is possessed by the spirit of her dead father, and that he needed to rape her in order to exorcise the demon out of her. Him and his wife did the acts in a cemetery, resulting in this child getting pregnant and then performing an abortion. What kind of sick people are living in this island? What kind of sick, demented people would prey on a child and do these things? Do you all know the mental anguish and psychological issues this child will suffer? How could you look upon a child and want to lust and commit this atrocity? What's even worse, how could they get bail? Oh, so the court endorsing rituals, satanic sexual abuse on minors. They're not taking into consideration that the child would have aborted a baby from the same dog. So we continuing to have pedophiles just roaming the place, taking advantage of people. And this is true. And these things happen in the country areas. Tell my lie. First time I moved to Albaro, 20 years ago, the so-called village man the spiritual man, will look to see me and tell me I look like I had demons on me too. He told me that. And then he was like, I need prayers. I needed healing. He told me to come by him. When I go on by the man, Mr. Man want me to take off my clothes. I run out of this so fast. And how many women and children is going on with? How many women and children is happening to? These sickos under the guise of spiritual leader, spiritual advisor, taking advantage, raping and doing all kind of things to women, and nothing is being done about it. How could you give these monsters bail? How could you give these creeps bail? Where are these children? Where is this child mother? I understand her dad is deceased, but where her mother? Where her family? Who's gonna see about the mental well-being of this child? What's gonna happen to these sickos? They're gonna go on and do it to somebody else, child? Go on and do it to somebody else? Why are we allowing this kind of nonsense to take place? Where the outrage? Where the burning of tires? Where the protest? This is sick and disgusting. It's not the first time. Many other nasty leaders doing this nastiness and calling themselves spiritualists and spiritual advisor. And they have to come and take off the clothes. They have to take advantage of you. Parents need to be careful who they send their children by. Keep all your eyes and ears on your children. I have 3 daughters. They go nowhere without me and their father. I chaperone them to go out with their friends everywhere. Trust no one with your girl children. Trust no one with your boy children. There are sick, twisted people out there looking for victims. Who knows what they invoked, what they were trying to do, that child? Who knows what demons they put in that child? Who knows? We know for a fact that it's still the child's destiny. She could be a walking shell now, a shell of a child, shell of a person, and yet the court seem it fit to grant them bail. We endorsing this nastiness. We endorsing this. I just don't know what to say about my country. Does not want. I doesn't know. I'm speechless. I have girl children. If it can happen to me, happening to other women. And look at I pray for this country, yes. Pray, because a lot of sick things happening out here. Sick things. Watch all the children, watch all the teenagers like hawks. I hope and pray that this child gets justice. I hope and pray that she gets professional therapy, help, anything she needs. I pray that she's in protective custody, somewhere safe where these monsters will not have access to her. Yes, they were told to stay away 100 feet from her. I pray to God that she doesn't take her life. Only pray for this country.
Apparently, Somalia had a fucking hearing, so I'm going to talk slow for you to understand. This is for women, especially, who have taste buds for people mad. Okay? I'm trying to be very nice. You see, I have myself looking a little nice this morning. Right? When she go, the man wife, right? She go by a woman to damage you. You will tell me how that work out for you. Because plenty of holidays come to me. Oh, I was with this man and his wife went by a special person suffering with rise and fall belly. Right? I knew a girl. She was spitting dirt and dirt was coming out her private parts because she was with the people them man. She had to, a part of her untying herself and breaking that bond she had to apologize to the wife and cut all ties with that said man for her to be able to cleanse, to get a cleanse and to move forward with her life. Now she's seen she will. She married now too. The one who was, have she privates, grave did coming out her privates. Yeah, she is happily married and living her life. She removed all that heavy karmic energy from herself and she moved on. And what was meant for her came to her. And now she's happily married to someone who's treating her well, who has full-time attention for her. You might find I'm focusing on the ladies. I am a woman, and this is why I made it my duty to speak from a female's perspective here. You men out here, y'all have to also take responsibility for where all you're slinging all your shots. Because all you want to sling all your shot anywhere. And in some cases, some of you men go with people, wife, and you all feel it right too. But there are karmic laws. When two people decide to go and spiritually tie themselves together, right? And you come like the sore thumb and causing this. Maybe they had their own, how magnets sometimes work. They do this, and then sometimes when they turn, they do this. But you not supposed to be there. What you doing there? Were you up on the day? Why you there? These two people are tied to each other, right? Which means that they have allowed their union to give each one of them access to each other's energy. Hence the reason why when you have a partner, you get a sense when that person off. That is why when men have wives or they have a relationship with someone and she's pregnant, in some cases the men just have sympathy pain. I don't know if all you know about sympathy pain. That's when the wife pregnant and he getting all the symptoms, he vomiting and he's sick because she's vomiting and sick. All you're doing there, all you're doing there. All you don't realize that when you put yourself in place there, it's easy for the wife to get access to you spiritually. At least I should say it's easy for us. She don't even have to bring a picture of you. All she had to do is get something from the person who went step out of the marriage. Because that person connected themselves to you. Whether he come to you or you go to them or you come to each other, don't matter. If the wife decide to go by a spiritual person to lick up your whole backside, mash up your whole tail, she can. And she, in most cases, they will. Now, I'm a person, as a practitioner, as much as you all may think that's wrong, I would say no, it's not wrong, but I still, again, reiterate to the wives who are under these sort of things with their husbands slinging their shot all over the place, darling, you could do better. If it is you know for a fact that this man is wasting your time, Move on. You will see your way better. Right? They have a saying, once a cheater, always a cheater. But it has some people, it is take for them to crack the cranium, to crack. For them to change. Yeah? So, I'm speaking to my beautiful sisters out here. Your self-esteem can't be that fucking low that you believe you need to always be eating from somebody else's plate. And to be honest, some of these women ain't even getting much on the plate as it is from that person. And you come in to raff food out of people's mouth. You must never back food out of people's mouth. I don't believe in that. So, if you know to yourself that you want betterment, find betterment. Find yourself. Deal with yourself. Be responsible for yourself. Do not fall for these pick-me-sha men who ballin'. It could never be the Hona woman fault. They're talking a pack of shit. The only time they will catch themselves with that shit is if the wife end up honing them with some man, then they will realize what they're saying here. Karma is a bitch, you know. The men are wrong for stepping out their marriage. But you as a woman who claim to be all strong and powerful and beautiful and this and that, you need to catch yourself and acknowledge yourself. Because anytime people, wife, come to me and I realize you purposely with the people that man, who right, who wrong, whoever, the universe will decide for you, for the man, and for the wife. It will decide for everybody, and let me see who's standing. Let me see who nanny hole will be rotting like a dead corpse. Let me see. Let me see who will suffer the most. Let me see. Let me see who the wife will initiate to get the most suffering. Let me see. Most times it's not the husband that just want to initiate and that. They just want you to suffer for that. Take responsibility for yourself. Okay. Nice. Have a nice day.
I don't like girls anymore, man. But I'm not a mook. It's just all the girls out here is zombies. They all say the same shit. Get my hair done. Get my nails done. I want a BBL. It's annoying. They don't know their place. The Dooties is programmed. They programmed now, gang. I need a man that make over 100K. But you sleep on an air mattress looking like this. I don't got no talking stages left in me. Fuck you and your favorite color. And dating is witchcraft. It's all built on lies and manipulation. I gotta wait 4 hours to text you back or it's gonna look like I'm a simp. She can't play too hard to get. I can't play like I like you too much. Whole lot of manipulation that nobody wanna deal with all day. It's crazy how Elon Musk owns a bunch of businesses and still takes time out his day to text people back. But the girl you talking to right now can't text you back. Just think about that for a second. And it's a bunch of double standards in dating. When women want older men, it's called preference. But when I want a younger woman, I'm a predator. If a woman don't date a broke man, it's a preference. But if I don't want to date a single mother, I'm immature. Too much dumb shit. Yo, as a young man, don't get attached to any girl. She always has options. Your only option is to build the best version of yourself. Build your legacy. Make your last name hold weight.
What do you think about that? Let us know in the comment section.
Alright, y'all, this is part 8, 9, I think it's 8. And I left off where we were getting in the midst of a divorce and he had met this Hispanic woman. I'm saying Hispanic for a reason. This Hispanic woman that he's still with to this day. Mind you, I've never had a conversation with this woman. I met her one time. She was with him while we were still technically married. We didn't divorce until January of 2019. But again, he had been cheating the whole time. I just didn't know for sure about it. Anyway, so this woman, as y'all know the story. She's keeping me from my kid. She's jealous. She bitter. She want me back. You know the same script. The same script. Yeah, I'll be on the same script. It's weird. So the same script, right? She buys into it. She buys into it like she always wanted to. And one thing about him, I don't think he ever really liked black women. And he's black, by the way. And of course, you know how they do when they get in an interracial relationship. They dog black women out to the non-black woman. The non-black woman is just eating it up. But of course, he lifts her up on this pedestal only to drop her on her head. Years later. Moving on. This woman is a nurse. She is a trauma nurse. The emergency room nurse. She's paid. And this time, they buy a house. He's buying cars. Mind you, he's texting me everything. This man is still calling every single day, but he's calling at 12 o'clock at night, 10 p.m., 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, sending me videos, text message, voicemails, voice messages, some of them with her. And of course, everything is in her name because he owes probably $100,000 in child support at this time. So everything is in her name. She and him go on to harass me for years. I pretty much ignore them. I mean, for the most part, I just ignore them. Because it's harassment and I don't feel like dealing with it. I'm actually trying to raise my children. Whole time, when this woman leaves me voicemails and voice messages, it's always some racial undertone like, oh, you're bitter. You're a baby mama. Mind you, she's actually the baby mama. I'm the ex-wife. You're ghetto. Right? She'll text from his phone calling me dark, ugly, and broke. While she has everything in her name, paying his way. And what she doesn't know is that when they first got together, because he was still so obsessed with me, he would dog her out to me. He would straight dog her out to me. He would call her stupid. A stupid sugar mama. Yeah. That's what he would say. But I guess he was like, shoot, this is about the dumbest I'm going to get for my age. He's a man, again, he's like 7.5 years older than me. So, of course, he decides to stay with her because nobody else is stupid enough to deal with him and also have that much money and buy into the lies. Like, nobody else is stupid enough to... So, him and her are still together, and they're going to be together, honey. And, again, we'll get into this later. Now, here's where things get interesting. This is probably 5.5 years later. By this time, I done already moved to Texas. I'm in Texas. I've been in Texas for about 2 years. Let me show you how God works. And when I tell you this, this is not possible for coincidences. My son and my daughter were going to the same school at the same time. I had picked up my son earlier. And I had picked up my daughter later because she had a meeting after school. My daughter gets in the car. Now, I see her walk out and some boy stops her and talks to her for a second. She gets in the car and she's like, Mom, that boy I just talked to, he said that some man was up here at the school asking the students, do they know where, my children's names are? Because I'm their dad. Mind you, we ain't seen this man in years. When I was in California, there would be times I'd be like, hey, you want to see the kids? Oh, I'm busy. Can't. No, I'm with my girlfriend. No. We're on a trip. We're here. We're there. Okay. And the crazy part is when I was on my way to pick up my daughter, I saw a car come opposite way of me. And I saw, like, when I see a split second, I said, oh, that looked like them. But no, that's not possible. Indeed, it was possible. And I said, how does he know you? And she said, I had a class with him last year, and we never talked, but he was in one of my classes. That boy just so happened to stay an hour and a half after school. Just that day, just so happened to stay an hour and a half after the school. just so happened to alert my daughter, mind you, they've never talked before, and told her that. And it just so happened that their dad just so happened to talk to him specifically. That's like 3-4 coincidences. Y'all still think that's a coincidence? No, that's the Lord. That was God warning me. So I said, oh, so they think they slick. Okay. So next morning, I'm already prepared. I'm already knowing what's up. And again, I ain't no punk. I pull out my garage. I see a car parked down the street with the brake lights on. Mind you, this is Texas in January. It's freezing. It's literally below 20. I see a car with their brake lights on, just sitting there, car running. I already know who it is. Because remember, I told you I saw him for a split second passing by me. So I roll up, because I got to go that way anyway. I roll up, and I stop on a dime right next to him. And I just sit there until they turn around and look at me. Because they looking at my garage. They don't realize that I stopped on the side of them for a minute. When I tell you the look of shock, these dummies had on hoodies. And they had their baby in the back seat. They brought their baby in the back seat of the car to come stalk me. I've never given neither one of them my address. Never told them to come out there. They never called and said, we're on our way. We want to come see the kid. Nothing. They just parked down the street. So I roll up on the side. And I just look out the window until they turn around and see me. The look on my ex-husband's face. Yeah, dummy. They both had their hoodies on, scrunched up, so I wouldn't see them. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? So, as soon as they turn over and look at me, I just speed off. I just go home and I take my children to school, whatever. Cool. But I take them out because I don't know what they got planned. I don't know what they're capable of. But since I already alerted them, like, yeah, I know you're out here, Dumb and Dumber. He texts me and says, let me have the kids. Let me pick up the kids after school today. And I'll give them back to you at 6. Mind you, they get out at 4:15. So you want to keep the kids for an hour and a half and give them back to me? You and your girlfriend and your baby got all the way on an airplane to come out here just to have the kids for an hour and a half and then give them back. So of course I'm not dumb. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to set me up. I know you're planning to take me to court. They never said that, but I already know clearly. Because you got to remember, baby daddy's going to lie to that new girlfriend and tell him, she bitter, she keep me from my kids. So they got to set up a whole narrative. They got to set up a whole play to make it seem like they really want to see their kids and they really want to be with their kids. They got to make it seem like they're really trying in order for that girlfriend not to be like, you was a lying mofo. So I guess he said, I'm going to take this to the heavens, okay? So I didn't even respond. Of course I didn't. Next day, again, I'm not a dummy. I pull into the kids' school to pick them up, and I already knew he was going to be sitting in that parking lot. So I roll up in front of him. He's parked in a parking space trying to be in the cut. I roll up in front of him, blocked him in so he can't go nowhere. And I take that picture, because I know you're going to try to take me to court. So I want to show them that you have no business out here. And you're stalking me. And it's not about the children. It's about you trying to stalk me. Y'all, you wouldn't believe. I had to call the police. You wouldn't believe what happened next.
Right. Men just move fuck up with these girls and them out there these days. If you really sit down and listen to men just move fuck up with girls out there. Because all these girls and them on a money. They all own money. So it's the highest bidder. The highest bidder does get you there. Whether they're in a relationship or they're not in a relationship, the highest bidder does get you. So them don't know it, right? That my girl assistant, she had doing whatever I could, but the next man come with the pocket fatter than mine, she go run away and she go give him some cat because the what this and the what that and I care about it for them. You understand? That's why men moving the kind of way they're moving these days. You understand? A boy don't know you have 1,700 fucking messages in your DM, and from the time you vex, you go and you go and answer a text, you go and tell a boy check you go and go on a dinner date somewhere because you feeling depressed, you emotional, so somebody had to come and do that for you. You understand? You have a man, but you don't matter about that. You go far where you can't see you. The kind of thing. That's why men function, they're functioning. Because them girl and them on some real fucking thing. They try to blame man and they always try to blame man. But man fucking kind of fitting into the thing how it going. So a boy have to fucking function to suit. Otherwise he going to end up a cunt. You dig? But all them girl and them feel is ranking thing and they have nothing. All they have on the resume is gargling balls bag. But they always want to try and rank on somebody. They know how this go. You dig? Like get all yourself in order and fucking make up all your mind all you want. Men go take all you serious and men stop fuck all you and go the way. Because man ain't looking to be sharing no cat right you. You understand? Especially if you know you're bad and you know you're fucking, especially the ones on them who looking good. You understand? If you're looking real good, you know it a man coming around you and your head fucking soft. A boy that's gonna fuck you and go your way. Call you and fucking shit out.
Bigotry is becoming very popular and very widely accepted. Has anyone else noticed that? Because I'm finding that rather troubling. Being a bigot is widely accepted as long as it's against a particular group of people that a lot of other people don't like. For example, men. Disparaging men is more popular than ever, and a lot of these individuals who claim to be very proud misandrists seem to have nothing better to do with their time than to disparage, if not all, at least the majority of men. But as many of us are aware, a misandrist, by the very definition of the term, is a bigot. So why is being a bigot something to be proud of? There used to be a time when that was frowned upon if you had an unreasonable belief or prejudice against an entire group of people based on their membership of a particular group. But now, as long as it's against a certain group of people, men, for example, but there are others, it's seemingly perfectly acceptable and even encouraged. I think a lot of us should find that more troubling than some already do.
I fed up of these women demands, and they broke.
Why every woman who not high value always trying to look for a high value man, but all have nothing to offer except all the private part? Or they really feel a high value man going to keep all that wrong for how long? Yeah? No, nothing wrong to hunting for all the wine, but everyone all there always talk about, I want a high value man, I want a man who could do for me. All this 2025, the whole culture changed. All ain't watching yet. For a man to spend money on a woman over 35 years, that come real good. Because the 25 years, you might actually trend, you might say, I can good still, but the competition stiff. Technology changed the game. When a man has to spend money on you at the age of 35, 40 years, most men saying, most high value man, if but I go and pick up a girl 23 to 25 years, no children, body strong, breast firm, this, that, and then I spend my money there. You understand what I'm saying? Or they try and understand this. The only how a man will respect all you is if all you could help all yourself. If you can't help yourself, what do you sense a man should help you? Huh? If you cannot help yourself at the age of 35 and you still sitting down and thinking how a man supposed to do this and a man supposed to do that, and all you could offer at the age of 35, 40 is your private. You will make it in this world. The whole culture changed. You're not in the 80s, we can work that. Now is technology time. If you reach 35 years or 40 and your bank account only saying $700, why would a high value man, or why would a man have to spend money on you when he can spend that same money on a younger girl? Yeah, you tell me that. So all of the woman who is 40, 45 who thinking because they stop on makeup and thing, stating how, yeah, I a high value woman, a man has to spend money on me. Why? You don't have nothing for yourself.
You don't reach 40 years. 40 and 20 is 60. Why would a man have to spend thousands of dollars on you? Because you slap on some makeup, you put on some weave, you don't have no money in your bank account. And a man now want to spend his money, $1,000 on a woman 40 years with nothing. Well, you get real. It have these young girls, these men spending their money on. So they sit down in the dream world because all they can slap on some makeup, put on some weave and walk in a heel and feel well. That is all. No, you have to have the things. When you reach 40 years, at least, you have to have the things. If your banking account ain't saying nothing, we're living ain't saying nothing, why should a man come now and spend money on a woman who's 40 years, who's lived all her life, feeling her vagina will work for her, and when she realizes now, she reaches the age that your values drop because you have young girls, a man will spend money on you coming out and feeling well, you deserve this and you deserve that, and all the women, let me tell you something, all the girls work and save all the money, teaching young girls, don't sit down and depend on no man. Don't depend on no man, dread. Teach your daughters, because all of them going up there and talking that crap that look for a high value man. A high value man respecting a woman who don't have nothing. You could be there as a sample box for a period of time, and after that, he gone. Then until he next to you, because you're always looking and you end up realizing you end up at zero. Because you get old and his competition going to get more stiff. What you going to do? You're going to go to church and play like some girlfriend woman and get a husband and play settle down because you have no other choice.
Is this true?
Yeah, Mr. Samson. Based on your last 2 videos where you make there,
yeah.
I find, I understand what you're saying, but I find you're still kind of hard on the woman. It have some women, they're not with a child father no more.
Right.
Right? They move on with their life. They pick up the new man and thing.
Yeah.
What is the role of the new man? The new man not helping them what? What? Do you think what? Because they can't be coming down on the child father all the time like that and they're having these men. I understand what you're saying about them or not.
Yeah.
But the role of the stepfather now, where is he seen? Just for them to lie down with?
Yeah.
Why you say that?
Because when you say they move on, them have a...
They have a man.
They sleep with a man or they have a relationship?
They have a man.
No, it's 2 different things. It have a relationship and it have an arrangement. Now I want to know what you're talking about. If it's a relationship or arrangement. Arrangement is when a man can pass through, hit and run, Shensia. So is either if she have a relationship, if you talk about that part, or she have an arrangement. Because a lot of women have...
We will never know.
No, well, they were saying, if you ask me a question on what grounds? She have a relationship or if she have a man coming by she? You understand what I'm saying? Because plenty of women are saying they're moving to a man, but they're not in a relationship, you know. They just have fun time.
Only by?
Well,
for free?
Are you going on now? Some women don't want happiness, you know. They want happiness. You understand what I'm saying? So now because you see a woman with a man, if you're realizing this, the new trend in relationship, you know the new trend in relationship? I want to keep my business private. But you're seeing them on the beach, their friend, them uncle, their cousin, their best friend, their ex-man. But they're saying how they have to keep you private because the world must know who them with because that is jumping them love. So I want to know if this person is making you happy. You should have everybody else. But you tell this person, you know what's going on now. Let you take out the pictures and put up on the social media because that is sour relationships.
So will you say the private men not obligated to handle certain aspects?
You're not obligated? You come back and working under contract. After you're about to get an next contract. You understand what I'm saying? Or you're temporary or casual. Because remember, when you have an arrangement, a man could call or a woman, hey, wait a minute, check for her, or she have a thing after work. She's not obligated to come, you know. And she's not obligated, a woman who have an arrangement with a man, do have to introduce his children to the man. The man in long time with his children. The man can say, I didn't know she had children.
He can also say, what's his surname again? There's a man sleeping with a woman for about 2 months, 3 months. And do them surname or them middle name? So is that difference, that relationship and type of arrangement? Now if you pick up a woman now and in a relationship, well, that's different. According to the woman, a man gonna know if he should help her or mind his business. Because remember, if you pick up a woman and she has children, but the woman lazy, you know, you might like the woman, but when you get into the woman, you say, right, you thinking, but you realize now, you're inside with the woman now. You see more about she. You say, nah, but it's all lazy. The woman, I don't see why she has no man. You understand me? You see me? I'm not getting involved with this stupid shit child father because like she didn't line on here and I didn't on the shows like that. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I make getting now, she see all she nasty ways. You could go by civil cell too. But we have to talk on the behalf of the men because the woman is saying, real men to ask questions, real men is just work hard and get them over the money. I robbery, you know. I hope to have law for that. You understand what I'm saying? So in a relationship, a man can know that I have responsibilities because the ball is slack. It's not my problem. Understand what I'm saying? It's not a man problem. If the alright, you
what about the slang when I say if you love the cow, you have to love the calf.
Well, you're going to, if you love the cow, you will love the calf. When you ever leave a calf outside at night, a man go put a man go with the calf. That's what them say. That's all kinds of rough men. A man could help out, but if a man realizes he lives with a lazy, slack woman who don't care about nothing else, and all women have to understand this. No matter a man is bad talk, a man with a woman, some man is bad talk, he try for just to make sure he get all the crutch. But it ending up, a man is understand because every man goes through, or 80% of the men go through the same thing. He will listen to a woman, feel like he understand, and make sure he sleep with her, and then say she feel like dumb, my child do me the same thing she do to your child father. Woman, stop bad talking to your child father with the man you're with because he been through shit with your other child mother. And when you talking just like she go say, she just so. I don't think I go and get rid of her fucking she because she just like my child mother. So that's different kind of thing. A man is help a woman who, if God say, God has helped those that help themselves. God. Right? He's a human being. A woman lying down and is hoping she leg, you have to help she. It doesn't work so dread. So it's according. A man going to help a woman who's helped herself the same way he expects she to help him when he done. Not he getting sex. So and he gave me nothing. He's a 12-year-old over. He's a 16-year-old or 18-year-old who no breaker, don't understand the game. Big woman talking the same stupidness and all. If you're realizing this, if you talk to a real woman, the hardest time for anybody to see a woman with 40 or 45 years, she know it hard to get her to something serious. They go talk all kind of thing. But them knowing, boy, if you're not in a committed relationship, especially a woman, when they cross 40, they can never tell me again up, walk around the house and pick up a man and a man stay with you. It's hard. Let's be real. You're telling me the truth, they talk all kind of stupid in your ears. But it's hard. You know, somebody saying, no a woman say, boy, you know like a man could just sleep wrong. A woman go study, boy, it's penetration. A man come in the tell, and then in the morning, he don't see you. Because you might find it goods in tasting properly, it didn't have seasoning. You know, it might be ital, it has no salt, it has no taste now.
So in your point of view, the man who is secret is not obligated.
No, he obligated. And whatever money he gain you, put that to use. He obligated. Because he not with you. He come in and just see you, hit and run. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of women could be living a better life, but the priorities is out there. The priorities is doing them hair, nails and eyelashes to make the public feel all things good with them. And when they go by them, they see a half bottle of water in the fridge, and an onion, one head of garlic, a piece of pumpkin, you understand me? And the shelves dirty. You understand me? The ice tray that's in the fridge. And the bowl with the ice in is a piece of ice in the bowl. And you're still calling. So you see the ice bowl empty, you can put a bit water in the ice bowl. Them woman and them who complain, them is slack come and check all the complainers. Them is the partiers. Them is party. All the women who talking stupid talk, check it out. All of them partying, all of them nails do, hair do, eyelashes do. All of them. And the woman them who not complaining and sophisticated, watch them party straight. They're not loud. You understand me? They're not loud. The woman them who not loud, see man them party by all means. The loud ones are 2-3 man. You could tell me that you had 2-3 man. You had 2-3 man always on a different date with somebody and pretend like if yeah, I just socialize with men, but I don't sleep with none. You could tell me a man go out and you spend any money because you're on 35 to 40, 45 years. But not time to just pick you up 3-4 nights straight. Right? And he's spending money and it's zero. You're not gonna pick you up again, that is the last meal for you. You understand what I'm saying? How you can reach a certain age and you not get your priorities straight and still trying to use the same line you use when you're 20 years? Yeah? You that cheap man, you reach 40s and still using that line? Any more question, boys? Any boys? Any more question? Alright, always stay strong.